sixth grade. I have my parents right here staring at me, and I love it, and I'm just gonna go for it. All right. As an education and psychology double major, my internship placement at Playworks was the perfect fit for me. I worked at the Murphy School in Dorchester, where I saw upwards of 600 students on a daily basis. Together, we played games that emphasized important social-emotional skills, such as communication and conflict resolution, and best of all, we had tons of fun while doing it. While I've had other student teaching experiences in the past, this one was very different. Rather than teaching math and English, I taught kids things like how to introduce themselves and how to cooperate on a team. These are skills that they will carry far beyond the classroom. Kennebec County, Maine, where I've done most of my student teaching, is 96% white. And the Murphy School, where I interned this semester, is 88% non-white, and also happens to be one of the largest schools in Massachusetts for K-8 students. As a result, I met students from many different backgrounds, which is an aspect of this internship that I will always value. I became quite close with one student in particular, a spunky and outspoken fourth grade girl who I frequently spoke Portuguese with. She introduced me to all of her friends, told me about her life at home and her family in Cape Verde. At the end of every recess, we would always do our special handshake, and we would say, "Te vejo amanhã," or "see you tomorrow." On other days, though, our connection was a little bit more difficult, and she would say things like, "I hate you," or "I'm not talking to you today." And despite these inconsistencies, the relationship that we formed was really meaningful to me. She taught me to be very patient and see beyond people's words. Additionally, I do believe our friendship meant a lot to her too, even if she wasn't always able to express that. When it comes to working with others, I constantly remind myself of a concept introduced to me by somebody that I've worked with the past 4 summers at camp. During the year, she works as a school psychologist, and she always says, if they could, they would. What this means is, if a child could do exactly what would make adults happy 100% of the time, then they would. But sometimes other factors interfere. The reality is that it can be hard for our actions to align perfectly with our feelings, especially for children trying to make sense of the world around them. I do really believe that children are our future, and they deserve to be welcomed into it by adults that are willing to be patient, relate to them, see things from their perspective, and love them even when they might be a little hard to love. No individuals, and especially no child, follows a perfect path, and nobody is able to walk that path alone. So, why would we ask them to?